guys, and welcome back to Starting Out Solitaire. My name's Amanda, and I'm going to be your new Tuesday host here on this channel. I'm currently sitting in the dark in my rocking chair because my son is sleeping, and he goes berserk when the light's on, so I have my little lamp, so sorry this video is going to be not so good looking. Okay, so this week, since I've been on the loop because I just gave birth and all that greatness, we are talking about bloodlines or hereditary witches and how our family is affected by our practice or how they deal with it and kind of that area, I think, is what we're going about this week. So bloodline witches or hereditary witches, I know absolutely zero about them. I have not looked them up. I've not done anything with it because I don't consider myself to be a hereditary witch. I wasn't born into a witchcraft family or anything like that. I was born into a Christian family and a whole line of Christians, and I'm pretty sure if there was a witch in my life or in my family line, it was way back before any of my parents or grandparents were born. And that's all I know about that. But I can talk a little bit about family ties and how they are affected by my practice or me being pagan and not Christian and stuff like that. In my immediate family, my family with my husband and my kids are too young. They don't understand. My son, my oldest son, plays with my altar items and stuff and spreads his energy regardless if that's what he knows or not. I am 85% sure that he talks to fairies because he has the weirdest conversations when he goes to bed and stuff like that, and he'll talk to nothing. You walk in and you'll be like, who are you talking to? And he'll be looking off in the corner or something like that. So he either has sprites or something in his room. I have saged his room and stuff to get any negative ones because he got into a really bad disagreement of some sort, and I had to take care of that. But that's another story for a different day. So, pretty sure he sees fairies or whatever, or he talks to something, or has an imaginary friend, or whatever you want to call it. My other son, he's not even a week old yet, so I don't know what's going to happen there. My husband, he thinks when you go, I'm a witch, he pretty much sums it up as the Harry Potter. He always asks me where's my light, if I, when Harry Potter does his little thing and he lights the end of his wand to make light. Ooh, I don't even remember the spell for that, but he always asks me, why don't you do that, or why don't you do this, or can you poof that, or can you make those people go away, or something like that. I'm like, it doesn't really work like that. Pretty much sums up with me dancing naked under the moon and all this other stuff, which you can do, I don't do, and he's waiting for my green nose to grow out of my face and stuff like that, and me to eat our children's when they come of age. So I guess I'm gonna eat children eventually. But that's pretty much his take on it. He's really, for the most part, he's respectful. He likes to tease me and make fun of me for it and stuff like that, which is fine. I mean, I'd rather hear it from him than some jerk on the street or something like that. But no, I've made him sachets, I've made him an altar and stuff like that, and he's really respectful. I made him a car protection sachet that sits in his glove box, and I'm like, hey, put this in your glove box, it's for your protection, and he's like, okay. No questions asked. And he puts it in his car, and he just lets it be, and if anyone, goes into his glove box, or his friends are digging around or something, they ask, he's like, oh, my wife gave it to me, or whatever. And that's pretty much the end of the conversation. I've made talismans for him and stuff like that, and he carries them around. He just takes it as their gifts. It's not witchy, it's not weird to him. They're just gifts that I made out of love to him. So that's how he pretty much perceives any of my crafts that I do to protect him or give him for whatever reason. Outside of that, my mom and dad and my siblings are Christian. My sister will not call me a witch, she will not call me pagan. She's just fine, you have a different religion, just don't flaunted around. And half the reason is because my siblings are still in high school, like high school transitioning into college kind of area. And I don't want to affect their school life, so I kind of keep all my stuff hush hush, for their sake, especially back in the hometown. Like, my in-laws don't even know, except I think Tyler's mom kind of gets it, but whatever. My mom and dad, my mom is kind of weird because she grew up, because my mom's adopted. My mom's Asian, so I'm half Asian if you guys didn't know that already. But my mom grew up Buddhist, and that's just, she, but when she moved here, she literally cut all ties to her native culture. She came here saying, I want to be a full-fledged American. So she became Christian. She did everything an American child would do, I guess you could say. She stopped speaking her native tongue. I mean, she still can speak it, but she chooses not to unless her brother or sister calls from back home. And that's the only time you ever hear her speak like that. But she literally cut off all her Asian roots and stuff like that to become full-fledged American, I guess you can say. So she's Christian, so she shuns me for being pagan, but she's like, okay, as long as it makes you happy, and she really just thinks it's a phase I'm going through. She's just like, maybe you're just in that confused teenager stage and stuff, because you didn't get to go to college and experience life. You got married and you had kids right off the bat, so you jumped into adulthood faster than whatever. So maybe that's what you're doing. So that's her explanation for what I'm doing. She doesn't really care as long as I don't talk about it. My dad's open to it, and he'll talk to me about it, but other than that, he's just like, oh, whatever. So it doesn't really affect him. He's very open-minded, especially since he watches Ancient Aliens, and then he talks to me about the theories and stuff like that, and he's watched Spirit Science on YouTube, which I actually do love that series and stuff like that. I don't know if they make any more videos, but I do love rewatching those series because after you watch them and rewatch them, new things come arise and then makes you think. I like those things that make you think outside of the box and stuff like that, and it's not just set in stone. And it gives you leeway to imagine and have your own ideas and your own path to how you get from point A to point B. So me and my dad talk about that. Will not talk to my mom's parents about it, my grandparents on that side, because they are full-fledged Christians and they will tell me I will go to hell. They love me. They'll be like, I love you, I love you, I love you, and we will not stop loving you, but you are going to go to hell. So that is that. But my dad's mom, who I think is a witch, I really do, she grew up in the Christian church, but as long as I can remember, she was always gardening. She was always making like those like birdhouses out of like gourds and whatever. They would dry the skin and stuff like that, and she'd make gourd birdhouses. And she's obsessed with fairies and swear that she's a witch, but she hasn't actually said anything, and she's never been really open about it. There's some stuff in our house that could be considered witchy, but it looks like day-to-day objects, honestly. But now that I think about it, they do have like witchy meanings to it, but I don't know if she actually knows that or not. But after I kind of came out of the closet and I just kind of told everyone, and I was talking about Reiki and stuff, my grandma was like, oh yeah, I've been getting Reiki for a couple years now and stuff like that. So if anything, she believes in that energy workings and stuff like that, and she says it has a really big effect on her. She goes to a lot of metaphysical conventions back home where we're from and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure she's at least into this realm of thinking. I can't say that she's a witch or pagan. As far as I can see, she has that way of thinking, at least, and stuff like that. So I talked to her, but she kind of keeps it on the hush-hush because our family is really big, on that side of the family, they're really big Catholics and stuff like that. And it's just complicated, especially when they're so tightly knit and stuff like that. Like, our family is like a little spider web of everybody. Like, here's our web and there's their web and they're all intertwined. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But that's pretty much all I have to say. My practice does not affect my family, no, but I don't think it does in the fact that I haven't been practicing that long, about almost 2 years now, and I just haven't been doing it long enough to where it affects me. And honestly, I don't know if I'm actually going to sit here and teach my kids about my path or let them find it on their own. I haven't gotten to that point. My husband's very open to that, however we go about it, but he doesn't himself doesn't have a religion, and I'm kind of dabbling in this, and we'll just see if I stay with it, because as of now it resonates with me, but I'm kind of one of those people that are like, oh yeah, like I'll get bored or something and want to go find something different. But actually, I was really surprised with myself that I've stayed with it for almost 2 years now. So and I did all that studying when I was 16 until now. I'm almost 21. So, yeah, I've been doing this for a while, I think. I mean, I haven't practiced, like, physically practiced for less than 2 years, roughly. But I've been studying for a while. And I really do enjoy it and stuff like that. It doesn't affect my family. It doesn't whatever. But that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Sorry I'm rambling, and this is very not together, but I wasn't expecting to come back this soon, but that's okay. I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye!